Man, this season, you know what? We got 7 wins now, but man, I've had so much fun. I've grown so much, and it stretched me so much. But the thing that I've loved more than anything is just the fight and the grit, and what a way to cap off the regular season. You know, for us to be up 13 against a really good Illinois State team, right? They beat really good teams in this league, and then them to get the lead in the second half, right? And for these guys to rally, and the one thing that we've struggled with, to figure it out the last game of the regular season. I mean, it was beautiful to me. And, man, these guys made plays. And I don't know if you guys know, but, I mean, these two that are coming back next year, they're pretty damn good. I mean, like, let's just be real. These dudes are special. And I'm excited to see their growth, their maturity. He had a couple possessions in the second half. I took him out and I challenged him. And I challenged him and to come out and respond and win the game for us. Like, that shows, like, some resilience that he's gaining. And you only get that resilience, right, when your back is against the wall, all right, when it's hard. And to be honest, for me as a coach and trying to do what I'm trying to do here with these young guys and having him step up and make threes, like, that's beautiful because I get to do a team time and say, hey, everything that we've talked about, everything that we've been preaching to you guys, the last regular season game, it all came together. So now my excitement is to see us grow and take this same energy and this same belief, all right, to St. Louis next week because it's a new season, all right, and we've been able to get over that hump. Let me get that real quick. All right, sorry, guys, we had a little malfunction with the grit chain. We were having a good time in the locker room, it broke, but this is our grit award winner right here, so you can hold that while we do the interview. I'll put it in front of you. There you go. But like I said, man, this has been so much growth, and I'm so excited about where this program's going. And we're 1-0, and we got a little winning streak in the arc now. So I'm excited to kind of continue that as we continue to build our program. But proud of these guys, and I'll let these guys talk because they did it today. These guys are the ones that need to talk.
Isaiah, the last time you were in here, you talked about just keeping guys confident and getting rolling. How confident were you on that three-pointer with 24 seconds left, right? Just what was going through your mind as you took that shot?
I knew it was good when Darius looked at me before I even got the ball. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going in. I had just missed one before and it rattled in and out, so I was like, just shoot it the same way. Like, the chance of it rattling in and out again, it's not going to happen. I just felt like calm during the situation. It's like I was in the gym by myself a little bit and then fired it and it went in.
What does a win like this mean going into next week for you guys? The kind of confidence you were talking about last time you were in here?
It means a lot. It's basically what I've been saying this whole time. Like, certain teams peak at different times. And this could probably get us rolling to start a 5-game winning streak. Like, you never know. So I just feel like this confidence, like, it shows that we're putting in the work, and it's just like, it ain't over until it's over.
Cooper, you had a couple big baskets late. The turnaround, they finally take the lead. You had been holding them off, and they take the lead. And just what did you see on that shot?
The three-point shot?
First the three-point shot, and then you had that nice turnaround with like a minute left to take the lead.
I think I was 0 for 2 from 3 at that point in the game, so I was thinking statistically the next one's going to go in. So when they kicked it back to me, I just shot it, and it was a good pass. So that one went in, and then on my drive, the one that I finished, it was just like I looked over. I think it might have been Isaiah over there, and they were kind of playing up on him. So I just said I didn't have time to think. I just kind of went, and just trusted that I could hopefully make a layup, and I did. So
you guys, you both, Isaiah, you said Darius looked at you. You said you looked at Isaiah. Like, you guys are now, I don't know how many games into the 31 games into the season. Are some of these shots late the product of knowing how each other breathes on the court, things like that?
Yeah, some of them lead to like just knowing like some of each other's tendencies. Like, we know we hit Coop at the top of the key, like he said. One out of it's 50% going in, and I feel like it's 100 every time. And then Darius knows if he hits me, I'm knocking it down. So it's just like going through the fire with each other, pushing each other, that we know that we could trust each other to go make a big play and to go give us momentum.
Connor, how good did today feel for you?
Man, I finally made some shots. In all seriousness, it felt great. said it out there. It hasn't really been the year that we wanted nor what I wanted, but it was great to see the ball go in 3 times. So
They were huge threes. My goodness.
Touch on Connor a little bit. I mean, you stuck with him deep into the game tonight.
You know, every time he shot, obviously he had some bad misses this year, but I still thought it was going in. And I had 100% confidence in him. And I told him to keep shooting. Like, I didn't care if it hit the corner of the backboard. I said the next one's going in. And I think just that belief, you know, that he has for me. I'll tell you one thing, when he's on scout team in practice, he is the best shooter in the country, by the way. And I think now we got to see who he is. And like I think I mentioned earlier, like the threes that he did miss, man, they were like in and out, you know? And that's just a credit to him, just sticking with it and having confidence and shooting it. Like every time he's open, I get mad at him when he doesn't shoot it. And this is what, you know, I believe he can do. And I'm excited to kind of go into next week with that type of confidence that I've continued to pour into this guy.
Connor, we live in a strange world of the transfer portal and all that stuff, right? Being a 4-year player seems to be an increasing rarity. What the last 4 years, what has this meant to you, this experience? And I know you kind of talked about it out there a little bit, but kind of summarize it a little bit if you can.
yeah, I just think it was just starting with how I got here in the first place. I mean, when I first got recruited here, Coach Gore wasn't even, he wasn't even looking for me when he went to prep school that I was at, and he ended up finding me, and I got an opportunity to come play. Stepped in as a freshman, made a huge role. I just think it's been a whole learning process for what the next steps in my life are going to be. College sports prepares you in every aspect of life, and I love that. And I'm just honestly, I'm thankful more than anything for the opportunity that I've had to play basketball and do what I love. So.
Cooper and Isaiah, obviously, we live in a very interesting college athletics landscape world. I guess I just want to, when you look at the seniors who have been in here for a while, do you envision a future like that for you guys at Valpo? Kind of how do you take this experience this year and things of thinking about next year? Or is it too early for that?
It's going to be pretty hard to top my teammate Jerome's senior night tonight, but I'm looking for a pretty impressive senior night next year.
Cooper?
I think what Coach is always telling me about always believing in me and what I can be in this league and be here specifically at this school. It kind of gives me like just this kind of sense of confidence and like I just kind of want to be good and be the kind of player that he believes in me to be. So I don't know, just having that confidence and having the whole staff around you is something that I feel like you're not going to get in most places. So I'm incredibly thankful for that, and the fact that everyone just has utmost confidence in me to, shoot her many times and live with the results.
I want to say this too. Like, I don't think it's a question who the best freshman in this league is. This kid just basically put us on his back. Obviously, Isaiah too, but he's a freshman. You talk about this. I'm not concerned about him transferring, just to be honest. I'm not worried about that because, like, he knows what my vision is for him. Like, he's going to be, hopefully, player of the year in this league one day. I'm thinking about if his junior year, he ends up getting drafted and leave early. Like, that's the trajectory I have for this young man. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about, can he be the best he can be? And right now, to be a freshman in this league and have 28 points, and I'm going to him, and like, hey, you gonna put us on your back? That's special. And I saw that the first time I saw him work out and the first time I sat in the living room with his family and I shared with them what this is gonna be for him. And now I think seeing that and saying, man, Coach Powell, you weren't just trying to BS and get me. No, I see it. And I know he believes that I believe in him. So he's gonna be special here. And Valpo, get ready because he's gonna have some special runs. I believe that. And this young man too. I mean, both of them are special players. So, I think that's a conversation you have to ask, but as it pertains to these two guys, man, these are my family. These are my guys, and they know that I love them more than anything, and they want to help build this program with me. And that's special because it's not just lip service, like they're genuine when they say that stuff.
The last time you coached here before this season, the final home game of the year, you prayed out there with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It wasn't lost on me tonight. It was the team out there. How eager are you next year at this time to have a whole bunch of people out there praying with you at the end of the year?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And every game, I'm telling you guys, beginning just the game, the starting lineup, I'm always looking up at the corners and just remembering when I was here with Bryce and just remembering those corners were full of people. And that's kind of like who I am. Like I'm a vision guy. I just walk by faith and not by sight. I have a ton of faith in God, ton of faith in my ability, and I believe God called me here to do something special. And I can see it. Just like I could see this young man's freshman year, I could see before he even got here, before he even believed it, I could see he was going to be special. All the way back to Alec Peters, man, the first workout with him, like I knew Alec was going to be special here. So I just have this strong faith, man, and belief that this place is going to be packed, all right? And these guys are going to be a part of something special. And I think today was a glimpse of that. And we've had glimpses throughout the season, but we're not going to be the youngest and most inexperienced team in the country for long. Like the experience that these guys have gained, some of the young guys on our roster, the experience that they have gained this year is going to really pay off next year. It's going to look totally different. But with that being said, we got 4 games to go out and get next week. So that's my number one focus right now.
Can I ask about Jackson? Wasn't in uniform today. So what's going on there?
Yeah, you know, he didn't follow some team rules, and so we decided to just suspend him for today. And he's been great. He's had a great attitude. I'm a very forgiving person, but there are certain standards that you have to abide by if you want to be a part of this program. And we gave him a suspension, and he's learned his lesson, and we'll kind of reevaluate going forward. But I am. He could have helped us win today. Now we did win. But I don't sacrifice integrity and culture and following rules. I don't sacrifice that for wins. And I want my team to understand that. You make bad choices, there's consequences. Now, fortunately, in this day and age when you're a college athlete, one of the things I try to teach these guys, the consequences get bigger as you become a man and you have a family, you have a job. So, I'm trying to teach them how to make good decisions now. So that's why we suspended him, because I'm trying to teach him a lesson to make better choices, and he'll grow from it.
When did Jerome tell you guys, of the player, when did Jerome tell you guys his plan for today? Like, what kind of secret did you guys have to keep, and what was that like?
I came in, we was talking about it like a while back. So then it hit me when I came in this morning for sure. I'm like, Jerome, today, and he just laughed at me. So I knew. So I kept the secret just for today. Like at first when we was talking about it, like he said it jokingly. So I wasn't sure, but today when I looked at him and he laughed, he gave that big grin. I'm like, oh yeah, today's the day.
Roger, when he comes to you, did he come to you and say, hey, I want to do this on senior day? Kind of what was that conversation like?
Oh, it was awesome. He was like, Coach Powell, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You ready? And I was like, you daggone right I'm ready. Let's go, We've been talking about it. And we had kind of had a long conversation early in the year about it. And just kind of that conversation continued to go. And I would ask him, hey, so what's up, man? You got that ring yet? What are we doing here? And he's like, Coach Powell, I got you. And but for me, I love stuff like that, man. I love when, I've married individuals. I love marriage. I love, guys being committed to their wives and making that decision to start a family. So, to see him make that commitment, it means a ton to me. And like I said, I'm so proud of him. That's why I got teared up just thinking about, the other side of our program, like the stuff, the soul, the meaning stuff. And that's a meaningful thing for one of my players who's a senior to make a commitment to that beautiful young woman.
It looks like it's either Belmont or Southern Illinois. How does prep start for you guys? Is it coming in tomorrow? I mean, you guys are on spring break, so obviously it can be all basketball right now. Like, is it a lot of film tomorrow? How do you rest your body over the next? I mean, what could be a long grind in the tournament?
I think most importantly, tomorrow is a mental day. Give them some time to get away. I think that's extremely important. I've been on them. Like, we've been practicing. They could probably tell you how hard them practices have been. I mean, our shoot-arounds have actually been competitive, and so they need some rest. And I told them, like, hey, if we're gonna make a run this tournament, we're gonna have to win 4 games in a row. So we've been going hard, and I don't care if it's a game the next day. Like, we've been practicing, and I think today and I think tomorrow is the time to give them some rest and then get right back to the grind. Now with that being said, I have to gauge it a little bit because we do have to play back-to-back games. So practices will be shorter, but it'll be a lot of film work. And these teams, we played them multiple times, so it's not a whole lot of new stuff that we have to go over. Mainly it's just, hey, come with that competing attitude, come with that grit, you know what I'm saying, and let's continue to grow while we still have life.
And for Cooper and Isaiah, this will be your first dabble into Division I postseason basketball. How excited are you for Arch Madness?
I'm pretty excited, honestly. I feel like playoff basketball, it's either put up or be quiet. I feel like if you work on your game, if you feel like you're a dog and got the grit, it's going to show. And I feel like I have every part of that.
I would also say I'm excited as well because, I mean, you have a chance. I mean, we just beat Illinois State and they beat Indiana State, however many weeks ago. So anything can happen. And especially coming off a win, I feel like we got some momentum now, and it just feels a lot like we got a lot of life going into this. So once again, anything can happen, and that just excites me because it's kind of what you want, especially as a 12 seed.
How many people from Kansas City are going to roll over to St. Louis for you?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably like 5. Okay. nothing crazy.
All I can say is nobody's going to want to play you guys. Especially after today. I'm going to say, wait a minute, they're the last place team. Why?
Yeah.
You got it.
Dot, that's why I love you. Thank you.
I tell you, we missed your family today.
My family?
Yeah, they're usually pretty vocal.
No, they're here. They're here. They're here. They're here. Nah, they just ain't got that big of a voice right now. They're here. They're here.